Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Live on Sunday, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, catching me for another edition. Shout out to the Crowder Gang. I'm sorry, your boy been in hibernation, been doing crazy amount of travel, getting the life right, man, and dealing with life's unforeseen events. Number one, share the location, share the live, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you've been up to, how life has been going, and most importantly, I'm so glad that you could be here with me, man. Shout out to the Crowder Gang, lifting my spirit up. Everybody else is seeing what you got going on, man. If you did not know, I had an unexpected death in the family. Kind of puts everything in perspective, man. And the first thing you got to realize is that nothing in life is promised or guaranteed. Live it every moment that you can. And most importantly, check on your friends, family, loved ones, brothers, sisters. Check on them, man, because you may not know when they could be here and when they could be gone. Life could be that short and that precious, man. So the last few weeks, I definitely been feeling emotional, just thinking about things, man. You know, I never in my life ever thought about my mortality and what things I wanted to get accomplished in that dash. I will say I've been more motivated since the blood passing of my baby bro Trey. I've been putting things in the perspective about the life, the legacy, things you want to have, family, all of that stuff, man. So I believe every tool is beneficial if you take away the lessons that are beneficial to it. First thing I want to give, man, is shout out to baby bro for having his affairs in orders, man. All brothers, life insurance, burial insurance, all that stuff, man. I want to encourage you, if you have not done it, man, please do what you got to do to make sure all your affairs in order. Because it's not only that you, it's your family, your legacy, and everybody else that's going to be affected by it. Do whatever you can. Get some food, get something on your stomach, get your mind right. Whatever you got to do, man, I want you to take advantage of those type of things to make sure it really happens in real time. And you got to remember, the burden falls on your family, not you, not anybody else, literally your family. Shout out to my first fathers. What up, Crystal? Shout out. Yes, sir. All that stuff, man. So let's chop it on in, man. Let's get into it. Number one, first thing I always give my people recommendation, y'all. Books you need to read. Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know how many times young brothers I done talked to this week. I saw something crazy today, right? It was a man that reinvented the food pyramid. What? See, this is why people don't really give him credit. I want to say something. This brother had a recommendation on eating one time a day 60 years ago. Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the NOI, you don't have to be a follower or believer of them, but that movement, eating once a day, Dr. Sebi, all those type of guys, it's been around, y'all. We are just hearing about it in real time. We are just talking about it in real time. That book, that edition, that information is nothing new. He was speaking years ago. That's why when you always see NOI, Islamic members, they're usually slender. You know what I'm saying? You usually see those type of things. You usually see that type of energy. You usually see that progression in that system, man. And that's something that you got to stay on top of, along with things I wish my parents would have taught us by your boy, King Crowder. My real name is Terrell Crowder. That's my name that you see. I want to speak to all young brothers. Most things that you see happening around this great country. Remember, make sure your affairs in order, all my fellas. Make sure you check on your family, your loved ones, and most importantly, check in on people, man. Because when you check in on people, you never know if that could be the last time you chop it up with them. Respect, long live Trey. And I want to say something else too, y'all. I will have a lot of more things coming in. Won't tip my hand. You know what I'm saying? Won't say anything else that needs to happen with it, but we got a lot more events that's going to come back. All the things we see coming up. Share the live, comment, like, and subscribe. Fan giveaway is on the way too once we hit that 1,000 mark, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you, man. See you next time. So, fan giveaway, once you hit that 1,000 mark, once you hit it, we're going to have a $1,000 giveaway coming up. Once I hit it, man, I'm going to have updated photos and everything, man. You too, brother. Keep it up, man. Thank you for what you're doing. It's going to be a giveaway. $1,000 for our 1,000-man giveaway, man. I'm serious. I'm going to go ahead and get the details as I got going. All the information will come up ASAP once we pass that 1K mark on YouTube. The goal next is to increase the watch hours and everything else that needs to come with it. We will have a giveaway, new photos, new everything that will be dropping. Stay tuned. Our first subject for the night, tap in with me. Are the Browns officially the hottest team in the NFL? You know, it was a lot of talk about how good our boy Sanders would be. It was a lot of talk on what we would see from Shador, what we would have our feelings about him, energy, yada, yada, yada. But what, you know, the one thing the haters got to do right now? Can you just give the man credit? I want all my haters in the back, in the field, everybody, give that man his credit. Let me go ahead. Get the hate out your system, baby. Get that energy away. Get that nonsense away. But you gotta respect the talent, bro. You gotta respect what Buddy doing. First game of the season. Let me go ahead and turn the volume on. I want everybody to see it. Screen pass, I know. Check down, I know. He ain't that good, I know. I get it. I get the hate is strong. I get it. Everybody got feelings, but the brother has star impact. You can't teach it. You can't replace it. You can't coach it. You can't do none of that, man. Love it or hate it, man. The brother has a following. Love it or hate it, man. He is must-see TV. And what I got to say, man, is that when you blessed, bro, and when things are going in a certain way, you got to understand that your talent is going to guide you through these things. The work, the talent, the hard work, the things you do behind the scenes is what's going to guide you. All that yin and yang, the talking, the people around you, the people in your ear, the people that talk crazy, they ain't going to be with you long term, Brody. Your effort, what you put in, will be forecast. What you do, the workout, the behind the scenes, the eating right, the lifting, all of that things will carry you through long term. And that is when you see what Shador Sanders right now. You can hate him because he prime son. You could feel some type of way because you don't like his energy and you don't like his outcomes. You could think he didn't earn it. He doesn't deserve it. You can have all those things, which you can't. Buddy got heart. Buddy ain't scared to step up to the plate. Buddy put that work in full time. And even though every obstacle has been in his way, man, he overcame. Everybody likes the story of a champion. Everybody likes the story of somebody that works hard and is preceded. Everybody likes the story of somebody that earns it. That's the one thing that everybody must learn from this vision and statement. All my fellas out there, you will be disrespected. You will be talked about. You will not be given the respect of somebody that you believe you should have it. But that doesn't mean you don't get up, put your big boy pants on, fist up, mind right, helmet on, chin strap on. You got to work, baby. Remember, nobody cares about how broke you are, how unfortunate you are, what you don't have. They don't care about that, man. Nobody cares about your story. As a man, you are judged off your production, what you do, what services, what skills you have. Never, ever get that confused. Nobody will ever say, hey, King Crowder, I really like how you went to sleep last night and how you treated that person. I really like what you did to provide for your family. No one will ever tell you that. They will only ever tell you that what you do is respected. What you read, what value, what achievements, what things you have will get you respected. And remember, the young boy is going to tell you if you deserve respect. Not the old hags, not the guys that ain't in the field working, not the ones that ain't out there doing what they're supposed to do. It's the young boys that's going to support you first. Remember, we demonize our young men so much, but we don't understand. They determine what's hot. The young man, if you did not know, all my older cats, determine what's popping in the streets. Young black boys determine what's hot. Young black men determine what's going on. Young black men determine what's being pushed. Young black men are the culture. A lot of us get confused of what I did, what I am. No, sir. You got to look to what they're doing to match their energy. Their energy produces who's going to be hot. Their energy produces who's going to be watched. Their energy produces what is going on in the culture. And if you did not know, let me go and give you an update your files, update your information. They determine what's going to be popping right now. Not you, not your word, not your peers, not your friend group, not your feelings. It's them, bro. So you got to stay current, up to date, and be ready to guide and add value. That's what a lot of dudes struggle at, man. They think what I did should determine or go against. No, bro. What you did has weight. But are you adjustable? Can you speak in this environment? Do you know what's going on? Are you active? Are you motivating? Are you aware? All of those type of things will go into your lasting impact of who you are, where you're going, and all your trajectory, man. I love to remind all my boys that I talk to, young, old, whatever, yo. I'm you, just older. Now, the steps I took will determine all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, that's your value. That's the same thing Shadua is going with. Shadua is getting his value based on the reps he put in by leading his generation. He's an outcome, phenom, whatever you want to call it. But he's getting that respect and that love because of that work. At the end of the day, fellas, if anybody else tell you, we all respect the work. The work. We all respect that work. Nobody cares about no yapper. A dude that's yapping that can't produce no outcome, nobody listening to him. We respect the work. I promise you, man. If you could take one lesson from anything, any live, any message, the work and what you do will always be outcome. My next message I want to talk to my subject, man. If you ain't on Twitter, I love Twitter, man, to this day. But Elon, man, is changing the game. If you don't know who these Twitter bots are, y'all, it's a whole story going on about how Twitter is making you drop your location you're currently at. It's a lot of people that are cosplaying. That movie that Jordan Peele made, Us, was so revolutionary that we need to rewatch it. If you haven't watched Us, I want you to rewatch it from a lens of people copying what most Black people in America do, then mimicking it online, hiding behind anonymity. Here we again. Jordan Peele, Us, was such a revolutionary movie that we got to watch it again and understand. On what Twitter did that was so controversial this week, y'all, is that these bots, these people, have to drop their location. I want you to look at this. This says Black Barbies, Black Barbie Elite. These are people mimicking, cosplaying, speaking on Black issues in East Asia, Pacific, and India. What? Why are Indians, why are Afghanis, why are Africans and anybody else speaking on Black American issues? Think about that for a second. You got somebody from a different country putting on a mask, tweeting, acting like a Black woman, giving a perspective to speak on Black issues. Man, that movie Us was so ahead of its time. The reason why this thing has been so controversial, y'all, people have been talking about it, is that they are really saying, how are you having Black-made history with an account based in Africa? Think about that for a second. I grew up, right? Millennial. All my life, I always heard, I'm not Black, I'm African. And that's okay. That's what you are, bro. And the movement right now is highlighting that. But how are you African with a Black media channel speaking about Black issues? Twitter? I would love for it to go on Instagram and everywhere else, man, because I really do find that fascinating. You are somewhere else cosplaying, like the movie Us, y'all remember. Jordan Peele was ahead of his time. You are, mimicking what controversial issues we have going on right now and trying to profit from it. Not adding value, not speaking on African issues, not speaking on Afghani issues. Why are you in here doing that? And you know what I find funny, man? A lot of people said in those comments that's kind of true. When we say stuff like Black Americans are the culture, people go against it, but then you see them in another country talking about Black issues. This account is very popular, y'all, and it's based out of Kenya. Why the hell are you in Kenya, a whole different country, talking about issues that's going on in America? Like, I don't get that, bro. And like when you're online, y'all, again, I'm online, I'm in and out. I surf, I do my research, I go in and out. But there's literally debates, discussion, topics on people speaking about this. And the topics are really fascinating. And what you have is other people from different countries saying to us, right? Y'all Black Americans think you're so this, it's always that. But then when you look at accounts, information, it's not accounts on your place, which is important. It ain't your history. It's on Black history. And let's be frank, the word Black is for Black Americans. Man, stop. If you don't believe it, I ain't even got time to argue with you. The reason why I don't want to argue with you, because I remember growing up all my life hearing it, stop calling me, I ain't Black, I'm African. And I respect it. You know that Godfrey joke, me no Dominican, me no Black? That's real. We have all experienced it. So stand on business right now and experience it and accept it. Don't switch up. Don't try to play the game was, no, some people say that bullshit, bro. Y'all all been talking like that with your chest. You all been saying that with your chest. That's how you feel. And that's how you feel, brody. I accept how you feel. But this right here, making accounts on Twitter, bumping your gums, saying slick stuff, what the man, listen, that shit is crazy. And it's gotten so bad, y'all. You have hip-hop accounts. I know hip-hop is global. I get that. But why are European-based companies talking about hip-hop all day? Why? Why? Why is Carico, and this is another hip-hop blog in Europe, talking about hip-hop all day? Why is somebody in Australia mimicking academics? Why is this guy in Canada talking about Black issues? I mean, how deep does it go, brody? For real. How deep does it go? How long does it last? How serious must the rabbit hole be in? If you ain't got nothing else going on and you want to ride the wave, the motion of other cultures, how do you expect you to ever grow? And remember, like I told you, this is important history, y'all. This is an actual real fact. But Kenya got its own history. You're talking about 400 years of oppression for Black Americans. We would like to hear about Kenya's oppression. What Kenya has going on. Why are you riding the wave of another culture? That's why those words hit so deep, man. I got to give shout out to Dame Day. The culture of vulturing is so strong. The culture of vulturing is so real. The culture of vulturing is heavy. And we don't understand. I think we've been undertaught on how heavy it is. We have been undertaught on how serious it is right now. And the reason why I think it's such a serious thing, y'all, is that we are seeing in real time the mask being unveiled. And the mask are saying like, hey, yo, people are mimicking, copying, and we don't understand why this is such a huge and devastating issue. You know what else is a huge, devastating issue that we are starting to talk about now that we didn't? Moving to America with your original home country's ideology. I'm going to say something, right? People keep referring to the Trump situation. I'm Black first all the time, y'all. No party affiliation. No party affiliation. I'm Black first. Always. 365 days a year. All the time. There is no affiliation. There is no ideology. There is no mentality. It's just, what I believe in, what I stand for, what we going about, all of that type of stuff. But when you have people from different countries moving to America, saying stuff like this, I'm going to let it rock for you so you can hear it. Fair use. Fair use.
markaan haddaan askarnahay Soomaaliyeed ininka inii shaqeynaa habeenii maalinba ininka inii taaganahay fahanteen horta sida ogtihiin ba wadankan anaga qaxootiyan imaanay askar Soomaaliya ma jirin marka hadda anaga markii nala haygareeyay waxay noqotay inaan dadkeena u shaqeyno dadkii dhaqankii ma fahmeynaa luqadii ma fahmeynaa culture-kii ma fahmeynaa marka qofka kale mataqaana ajnabiga abadaanka iyo anaga waa kala duwanahay because qofkii gaabkii waxa we build that bridge kaas fahamtay marka insha Allah waa mahadsantiin again ogaada askari kasta oo Soomaaliya dalka iyo dabadaba inuu inii shaqeeyaa habeenkii markaa hurudaan iyo markaa mataqaanaa achievetaanba ininka inii taaganahay oo markaan hadaan
I want you to think about what that police officer said. He read it pretty quick. Oh, I sent it to you, Mike. I already sent it to you. Check your joint. I want you to think about what that Somalian police officer said. He said in real time, check your Gmail, Mike. Check your Gmail. He said in real time that, yeah, we are pro our homeland above everything. We are pro Somalis, not pro Americans, not pro equal rights for all Americans. He said, I am pro where I come from, what I feel, what I'm thinking, what me and my family have to speak on, what issues we have to speak on. No matter what the service is, no matter what's going on, I'm a Somali citizen first. The problem that many of the Trump White House and its ilk are speaking on is the lack of assimilation. People that come from another country got to understand something. There has never been an assimilation movement going on. You can pick your lane, pick what you're going to stand on, pick whatever issues you want to down that hill on and talk about. But the one thing you cannot do is now come into a country and refuse to do that. They have made it very clear, y'all. Trump, to me, President Trump, has 3 goals in real time that he has to do. Reshape the wheel, meaning all of the benefits, all the stuff that we see going on, remove it, tweak it up, make modifications. If you are not aligned with our belief system, our thought process, whatever we're going about, Will, you got to get on point with it. You hear me? Next. Hold on. Somebody D said it to me. Sorry. We can retarget our goals, retarget what we believe in, retarget what we will see accepted in the future. Those are the goals that you see what Trump got in. When Trump got in office, this is our itinerary. So if you are not assimilating, tweaking, going all the way over, or resetting what you did the past 40 years, it's going to be a cultural reset. Remember, Black Americans have our causes: reparations, tangibles, anti-Black crime bill. If it ain't those 3 objectives, y'all, any of those speaking on subjects is DEAD. It's done. It's over with. There's nobody going to be speaking on those issues, talking about those issues, having a conversation about those issues, speaking on it. That wave is done. I'm telling you. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to love it. But what you got to do is you got to understand, brother. You do. And all I can say to you, man, is that post this to Mike. All I can say to you is that if you don't understand where that's going to go in real time, I ain't really got no way for you to understand, brother. Real talk. There is no way for you to understand. There is no way for you to speak on it. It is just how this generation and how this new skill set is going to go about. And the reason why it's so heavy is that the movement is pointing out what we see that's not going right. It's not. I don't think people understand that the crimes, the scamming, the culture is being pointed out. And Trump really did point out, y'all, the culture of fraud. And we didn't think about how fraud it was. But let's watch other articles in Minnesota and we'll see.
A $250 million fraud scheme. Already 77 people, many of them Somali immigrants, have been charged in one of the largest taxpayer-funded scams in U.S. history. Minnesota, home to the largest Somali community in America, has become the center of this massive investigation. This is the Feeding Our Future scandal, a pandemic-era scheme in which defendants allegedly stole over $250 million meant to provide meals for low-income children. Instead of feeding kids, prosecutors say the money went toward luxury homes, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas transfers, and an entire network of shell companies. According to the DOJ, the conspirators submitted fake invoices, fabricated meal counts, and even staged photos to make it look like they were serving millions of meals that never existed. In some cases, they claimed to feed more children than lived in entire neighborhoods. A federal jury found Amy Bach, the founder of Feeding Our Future, and Salim Ahmed Saeed guilty of conspiracy, bribery, wire fraud, money laundering. Federal officials say more arrests may still be coming.
I can't even. I want y'all to think about this. There's never really been a culture of scamming at this height until we had the mass immigration thing happen.
There
For
we
real.
go.
What it do, Mike? And I
Yeah.
like the scamming is at an all-time high, bro. Mike,
Man.
did you just see that video, dog?
Yeah, with the Somali police.
Dog. That, Mike, it's a $250 million scam they got going on right now in their country, Mike. And they scamming Medicaid and all these people. And it's like, Mike, when did the scamming culture really hit its peak? I don't think it was really as high until recent years. I don't remember scamming being a thing going up. I could be wrong, Mike. You tell me, fam.
I think it's always been a thing, bro, but technology is so vast and prevalent. Now it's in your face. Cause it started with the emails, like, sending you the emails from like Nigeria or Africa or somewhere. Cause remember, if you remember, like, I say like 10, 15 years ago, the gift card scams was the thing. And if you think about it, you can't buy a gift card without asking that question, is this for you or not? You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, what? Is this for me? But I think now that, like, bro, everything is so mainstream and so televised and so camera ready, scamming is at like the utmost high. You know what I'm saying?
It's so scary, man, because people don't understand stealing from other people, Mike, is so normalized. We don't even understand, like, bro, that's theft. Somebody will
Well, it's
kill you behind stealing, Mike.
facts. And it's so saturated because think about it, somebody the identity theft, the somebody got my card number, somebody got my information, is it happens so often that we are desensitized from people taking our money because your bank has been hit so many times in the last 10, 15 years. Like, it used to be like, damn, somebody got my card information, okay. But now it's like your bank might notify you 3 times a week. Hey, just try right here, look a little funny, you good? But it's so prevalent now that it's so desensitized that we're so used to it. So it's almost like it's not even a thing that somebody's stealing money.
Facts, Mike. I do believe the cultural shift is real because, like you said, Mike, people are desensitized. You are giving an absolute word on that, man. When I see it, Mike, it just doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, my never thought was to be to take from somebody, man. It's to
You know,
hustle it up. It's to figure it out because at the end of the day, I know theft can make you lose your life, bro.
100.
Stealing from somebody's mama, grandma, they could really put hands on you, bro. Those are things people do not joke about and play with. And I know we have gotten to a culture where even fighting, Mike, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Even going through the whole thing, seeing homies, Mike, talking them with them, they ain't fighting like that, Mike. People really not fighting.
Or you would go to jail.
But Mike, you know the funny thing about it? When you go to jail, what you gotta do, Mike?
Facts.
Ain't no way you can run high, Mike. You gotta put them things up.
Yeah, nobody is fighting, bro. And it's crazy because a lot of people it's no shooting the fade and we good. It's shooting the fade and we pressing charges, dog.
Facts.
You going to having a simple to start charge or you going to jail, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's nothing like a man. It's crazy.
Facts, Mike. Facts. And the reason why I say the theft is so common, Mike, I gotta show my dog Mike. Shout out to my dog Mike. I know it's been a crazy week for us, dog, but we back. We back in. Shout out, you look good. I see the fade, G, but let me show you my second step, is Mike. Mike, we got congresswomen. And Mike, you know what I do like about our culture now, Mike? Ain't no more we all black, Mike. Haitian American congresswomen, Mike. Because remember, Mike, they wasn't black. One thing I love about the culture now, Mike, stop saying we all black, Mike. Because they was quick to say what, Mike? I'm Kenyan. I'm that
I'm
bullshit.
Haitian. Puerto Rican.
Hey, Mike. And in this video, this brother points it out, and we're going to give Mike's take on the fair use.
This U.S. rep scam FEMA out of $6 million in disaster funds. She's of Haitian descent. Her family owned a business called Trinity Healthcare Services, where they had a contract and they were being paid for registering people for the COVID vaccination. So they overcharged a Florida state agency for these vaccinations. And how the state found out, because they paid them one time $5 million. And when they went to go sue Sheila of Haitian descent, they wouldn't give them the money back. What did Sheila do? Her and her brother and her family, they took that money and they funded it through her campaign, because she ran for office in 2021. So they took all that money and donated it to her campaign, where she thought she was going to get away with this $5 million. And now she's indicted and she's facing up to 53 years in prison.
Woo! Mike, my heart just dropped here. Mike, give your take, family. 53, Mike? 50?
Bro, you cannot steal from the government and get away with it.
Mike, can I say something else? Stop thinking y'all white and y'all can play them white people games, Mike. A lot of immigrants do not understand that, Mike. The games they play, you better stop thinking you, Mike, what? Mike, 5 million?
People barely get away with those.
Mike, they about to give you, Mike, they about to give you 70 years in Florida. She don't even understand, do she, Mike?
She about to be under the jail, fam.
Like, people think when the rappers make these songs in these states, Florida one of them states, Mike.
Right.
Florida about to give you 100. Florida giving you all that 70, man. Hard jail time.
It's crazy because when you was doing this, you never thought you was gonna get caught. It's crazy to me. You stealing 5. It ain't like you stole a couple thousand or 50,000, 30,000. You stole $5 million from the government. You don't think the government gonna spend a block on that 5 million?
I'm riding around, never getting it. I'm riding around, never getting it.
Guarantee you, if you spoke against Trump, he cut you. Come on, man. Where Mar-a-Lago at? Florida.
Did you hear that, Mike?
Right.
You know what, Mike? I had a conversation with somebody earlier this week, Mike. Is it time to admit that Trump wasn't talking crazy about fraud, Mike?
Nah, he won't.
Is it time to admit, Mike, that all this money was going to USDAD, Mike, congressmen, the shit in Somalia, the shit in Minnesota, or the immigrants doing it fraud, Mike? I mean, is it time to admit it, Mike?
Is that the CIA, not the CIA, because I don't want them boys. But the Pentagon and the government lost $3 trillion. We forget about that. When they got audited, $3 trillion was missing. How do you miss $3 trillion? So
$3 trillion, Mike.
Fraud, scamming, and money movement has always been the name of the game in our government, and we'll never know.
Mike, I'm hearing it. I'm like, go ahead.
The moral of the story is this: if you swindle Uncle Sam gonna get you back. Like, for real.
Mike, I'm just thinking, like, for real, Mike, when they having these conversations and we talking, do y'all understand? Like, I mean, as much as we give Trump bad rep, Mike, I get it, right? We ain't gonna sit right here and say Trump ain't, you know, Mike, he be wilding out. We get it. But can we say that this immigration thing, he ain't got some points on, Mike? We got congresswomen still in, like you said, Mike, 5 million still in office. What? PPP. Oh, it's good, Mike. I'm gonna put it in my campaign. Bitch, you stole that money. And you still in office?
Right. You're an
It's just
officer. You
go ahead.
she is a party of the like you work for the government, dog. Like I just don't understand. And then you gonna act like nothing happened. Oh, they donated this 5 million for me. Like people gotta understand these campaigns be real. Like doing this budgeting and marketing for these campaigns, bro, that costs serious money. And she stole
Mike.
5 million.
Mike, serious money, Mike, and it goes deeper, Mike. Minnesota community has been caught funneling taxpayers' dollars into a terrorist group. Ale Shabbat overseas falsely diagnosed with children with autism through Medicaid. Look at this, Mike. In 2018, 3 million. In 2023, 399 million. Within the same period, autism skyrocketed from 41 to $328 million with many Somalian communities. Your tax dollars are being stolen and given to overseas, Mike. What?
Yo,
Why is it all of these, Mike? Are we not going to talk about this fraud? I mean, I know fraud is what this is a serious, again, I know we don't like Trump. I get it, Mike. What you say, fam?
they messing with the kids. I said they messing with the kids, bro. They going for a cause for autism is crazy, and you're not giving the money to the autistic.
Mike, not only giving the money to the autistic, Mike, you are shipping Roman up in it. Look at this, Mike. It didn't matter. The prosecution suggested they did not have autism. Hassan will facilitate a fraudulent one to drive up enrollment. Hassan and her partners paid monthly kickback payments to their parents who were enrolled, Mike. You were giving these kickbacks, Mike, from $300 to $1,500 a month per child. That's some evil shit, Mike.
100%.
And I mean, we hearing all these things. Go ahead, fam.
100% evil because when people don't understand, bro, the karma that comes with messing with people money, false claiming sickness, false claiming, helping people with sicknesses, bro, it's gonna come to an end and you're gonna get what you deserve real quick because justice is served cold. And I'm trying to tell you, like, that karma gonna come back around and it's gonna hit you real hard. But to lie and like, what's up with the African scammers, bro? Like, golly, why your country known for that?
And Mike, we got to understand that's a part of the culture, Mike. When they ask about culture, it's
This
I know as it's a part of it, Mike. But when you look at it, Mike, where has their civil rights movement been? Where has their stand on business movement been? Speaking of which, Mike, you bring something to my attention, Mike. You know, I know Mike ain't as heavy a TikTok user as I am, Mike. It's a girl on TikTok right now going viral, Mike, for quote unquote meeting a Danish prince royalty, Mike. I'm gonna play some clips that we're gonna give our conversations about it. Fair use.
About $300,000 is how much Bachelor Anam Onyeka is saying that she, her family, her closest friends, and even a colleague were all scammed out of by one man. Man she once believed was her soulmate. His name, Martin Forsgaard Anderson. Charming blonde 6'3" real estate mogul who claimed he had royal ties, booming tech business, and wealth that would one day be theirs to share. Instead, Onyeka was left with years of trauma and coming to TikTok to tell her story, which she calls the Danish deception. It's a 26-part story, which she says began in June of 2022 when she decided to take a trip with her friend to Croatia. It was at a beach club when she noticed Martin immediately, and that was when he decided to approach her. He was confident, their chemistry was magnetic, and there was an instant spark. They exchanged social media, and she saw him one more time before returning to the US, but it wasn't the last time she heard from him. He messaged her constantly, invited her to come party with him in Ibiza, and then eventually convinced her to join him for a work trip in Monaco. After a month of talking over the phone, she agreed and he flew her out, paid for the hotel and her flight. In Monaco, he was everything he had promised, charismatic, adored, and effortlessly networking in real estate circles. After that, he whisked her to Saint-Tropez, paid for a $2,000 a night hotel, and offered to buy her whatever she wanted. Said she never wanted him to think that she was only there for his money, so she didn't let him buy her all these extravagant gifts. Instead, she opted for a $200 sunglasses. She fell hard for the first time in her life, telling him over a loud dinner that she was in love with him. Nights later, she collapses in a restaurant on the way to the bathroom and is eventually taken to the hospital, to which at that point he tells her he's falling in love with her too. Back home, the romance intensifies. He meets her friends, her family, and he fits right in. He flies to see her often, and then money requests begin. There are so many details to this story, but at some point he convinces her that he's buying properties. His money is tied up, that the IRS has a hold on not only his personal, but his business account. He lent him $6,000, then more and more. While planning a life together in the US, they get married, he's applying for a visa, and eventually gets a green card. At this point, the cracks are forming. She's visiting his family in Denmark, and things aren't matching what he's telling her. After getting married, she finds out from his friend that he has a severe gambling addiction, one that he's been battling for over a decade. Later finds out that he had borrowed $200,000 from her friend's husband that he hadn't paid back. Relationship is going up and down. He convinces her that that's in the past, and later she finds out that he has been borrowing money from a lot of people in her life. Tens of thousands of dollars from one person to another, $3,000 from her little sister. Every loan came with its own set of lies. Every time she would confront him, there were so many excuses, until one day he had no excuse left to give, and so he asked for a divorce. Only when he left did she realize the magnitude of it all, from exes to cheating to gambling to lies to manipulation. He is now sharing her story, and while she did not give his name or his photos, the internet did its thing, and I decided to share it as well because people need to know.
Mike, I got a question for everybody that's talking about this thing. And this story has been going. Would any black man get over on any African or black woman like that?
Absolutely not.
My first thing when I saw it, Mike, I hate to say it, and speaking on the culture, there would never be a culture where a black woman would give a man $6,000, Mike. Think about that, Mike.
Mm.
You think about it, you tell me yourself, Mike.
Bro, I was flabbergasted that one, he got the $6,000. Two, you met this nigga, bro, Asia, bitch. Like, you traveling. Who the we don't know. Secondly, a strange white man. Yeah. He fly you out to Monaco.
Your service breaking up, Mike, a little bit. You hear me? Your service breaking up a little bit, Mike. You hear me?
Start asking. Oh, man.
Mike, your service breaking up. Call me back, family. Call me back. You hear me? Mike's service breaking up. I'm going to get Mike to call me right back. I'm going to tell him, rejoin the live, get off the Wi-Fi. Let me tell my dog right now so he can give us opinion on it. I know Mike was cooking. Service was spotty. But as Mike was saying, man, immediate red flag when I met that woman and heard her talk was, hey, shorty, you was not from the culture. You wasn't. The reason why I know you wasn't from the culture is that you gave a man you just met in a group full of white friends that you just had that amount of money. You met this man, gave him this amount of money, said you didn't know or understand his background. That is only something someone from a different culture would do. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is only somebody from a different culture would do. I don't know any black woman that would feel comfortable. I can hear you now, fam.
Okay, good. Okay.
Go ahead, finish cooking.
I just want to know. My thing is this: you didn't know this man. He was a stranger. Yes, you got to know him for months, so much, but you still met this man in a foreign country. You never knew anything about him. And when the man started, like after he started wanting you, he started asking for money, and you just thought you didn't see the red flags. You didn't see the red flags. That's exactly what it was, T. Didn't see the red flag. because he
Well,
was to get his carburetor fixed and he was scared.
well, the first thing for me, Mike, once you said he was over 6 foot, blonde hair, blue eyes, what black person talks like that, Mike? I knew you had to be from a different country to say some shit like that. Blonde hair, blue eyes. What? When has that ever been a preference anytime? Like to hear that, to hear you say that, it already let me know that it was something crazy going on. You don't never want to speak on women issues. I know you're trying to get love. You're the only black friend in your white world group. It's a whole lot of red flags going on in that whole situation. Is it our business to really speak on it or talk on it? Because I understand it's a sensitive subject. First red flag immediately. If you are the only black friend in the white people group, I already look at your funny style. Especially man or woman. I already know what's going on. You ain't got to explain nothing. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to give no strong feelings about nothing. If you the only black friend in the white group, Mike, side eye.
Bro,
Like you said, like Mike said, you flying all the way out to town to meet this country out this guy. You just met him. You live in Dallas, Mike, up the road from me. You met a white guy and heard he was a Danish prince. What? Why would a Danish prince date a black woman, an African woman from Dallas?
it wouldn't.
It just wouldn't go. But like I said, Mike, once I heard her say he's blonde hair, blue eyes, white, what you want, baby? No, she from somewhere else, Mike. Think about it, Mike. When have you ever said, I got a white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes? The fuck? What you on, bro?
Bro, but the thing about it is this, right? If a nigga fly you to Monaco and is able to afford to pay for, bro, Monaco, I don't think people understand. Monaco is one of the most expensive cities in the world. Period. To even reside, entertain, or have fun in Monaco is expensive, bro. So my question is this: a nigga flew you to Monaco and you had an amazing time, and months after that, he came on short times and asked you for some money. Bro, we was in Monaco. You better not ever have no money problems. Period.
Again, Mike, only white males can get away with that behavior.
Only a white
That's
man
it.
can
I
do
mean,
it.
and she had to be from a certain. I knew she was from an immigrant background once I heard that, Mike. Like I already know, like, yeah, you from somewhere else. You the only black girl in the white grand fruit? You're the only one, Mike? Yeah. You
Had to
ain't
be,
gotta say too
cuz.
much to me. I know what's going on, Mike. Am I tripping?
Boo boo the fool, T. Boo boo the fool.
Big facts, Mike. On our second subject, Mike, for the night that I got my dog on, Mike. Here they go talking, Mike. What I tell you all the
She
time,
was
Mike.
boo boo the fool, T. Ain't no way. And
Mike,
then you got your sister getting money.
Mike, tell me a woman that will tell me a black woman, not an immigrant, that would allow it to happen and not say something. There is none, Mike. There is none. Speaking of the next subject, Mike. You good, man? Yeah. They are speaking on Latinos for Trump retirement coalition, and this subject, Mike, was very interesting. You know why it was interesting? There was no black and brown. There was only what Latina women wanted. Pay attention.
Latinos have a stake in this conversation because we're not asking for anything that we didn't work for. And to that point, I want to talk about power a little bit, right? Because I think sometimes when we're worried about our benefits or worried about cuts, we forget about the power of our community. 1 in 5 people in the United States today is Latino. Latinas represent the largest portion of the female workforce in the United States. But we still only make 54 cents on the dollar for what a white male earns. 58 cents if you're talking about a full-time worker. But how many Latinas with all their caregiving responsibilities can work full-time all the time? Not a lot. But what does that mean when it comes to retirement? That means that if we're only making half of what a white male earns, then we're only going to earn a small percentage of that for our Social Security, right? So the average Latina in retirement over 65 makes less than $14,000 a year. receives $14,000 a year from their Social Security. That's not enough to live on.
That is an interesting conversation, Mike. We have now shifted, Mike, from not only we deserve this, we earn this, but now the wage conversation is coming in. I really think, Mike, the whole Trump era has protected that. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't understand or think that people understand in real time, Mike, that it ain't going nowhere. Your thoughts, family, when you hear that subject being talked about. You good, Mike? You got bars now. I see you fine.
Right. Well, bro, we gotta understand the Social Security system was never meant for us anyway.
That part, Mike. That part. Yeah, you just a little spotty, Mike. You good? Just technical difficulties tonight for my dog, Mike. It's okay. Go ahead. I can hear you better now.
Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on, bro. I got full bars, full internet. The devil trying to take this away from us, but we ain't gonna let this
Always. Go ahead. Keep cooking, fam. I can hear you
But
good.
cool. What we gotta understand is this, bro. The Social Security system was made for the white man and the white family. They just kind of threw us in there. They kind of threw us in there after the civil rights movement to include us and to include minorities. But realistically, if you were a millennial, Gen Z, or anything after that, you're not gonna get Social Security anyway, bro. So we working for a system that's already dead and has failed so many. Because by the time we get to the retirement age, and by the time we get to the age of our golden years, there will be no more funds. The funds will be exacerbated, bro.
I agree, Mike. 1000% agree with you, fam. I agree. And I think the subject they're talking about is very interesting, Mike, because it's like you want to speak about these benefits when wages have been gone away because of the immigrant thing, Mike. Nobody talks about that. That's the reason why wages, Mike, have been this way. Pricing bids is because we're willing to accept lower wages from people coming over here, willing to take anything. There's no reason, Mike, in 2025, minimum wage is $7.25, Mike. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Right now, Mike, that's what minimum wage still is by law. Why is that, Mike?
If minimum rises to inflation, our poor class is gonna be devastated, and that's the goal, to devastate the middle class and the poor class, so that there will be only one class, which is the rich class.
Facts, Mike. Facts, and you get it, fam. And again, having these conversations, teaching people, having
Number one
academic
goal is to
discourse.
decimate us, bro.
Yes.
And once people realize that it's not a white versus black, it's not a color thing, it's a financial thing. People need to realize that we judge India so much that they're on a caste system, but they don't understand that we're on a caste system as well.
We're the only ones fighting against it, Mike. Everybody's trying to assimilate. That's the problem. We acknowledge that it's a caste system, Mike. Most people that come over here don't say it's not that. They just say we work hard and we have more. Like you said, you're 100% right. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. They're saying we work hard, we assimilate, we do things. It's like the whole conversation, Mike, and I believe we didn't get to talk about it heavy last time. We ain't got Mike at the job and I'm on our live on Sundays. I'm gonna show Mike the video before we tap into it because I believe it's a bigger conversation, Mike. Pay attention, Mike. Fair use.
For Black people. I didn't make myself the spokesperson for Black people.
Right.
I just started talking and people chose to listen. I didn't.
Why would that be a problem, you think, when people say that? Because I've heard people say that, like, you can't speak for us. Like, what does that even,
I think
as if you're not us.
I think people are conflating culture and color. The dilemma in America that we're subject to is Black based on the color, not exclusively Black based on the culture. When I get pulled over by a cop, it's not, oh, you're Nigerian.
Right.
You look Black. I'm 6'2", 240 and Black.
Right.
You feel me? So the dilemma, the mainstay of the dilemma in America modern day is predicated upon the color, not necessarily the culture. But when people are saying you're not one of us, they're talking about the culture.
Right. Yeah.
But the discrimination in America is based upon the color before you ever know the culture.
Yeah, right.
So I think a lot of people are conflating two things.
And what about you? Because I would consider, and you, I don't want to speak for you, but I would consider me, yourself, I would consider us quote unquote bicultural because we grew up in two different cultures. Like people tell me all the time, like, man, you sound like you white. I was like, I grew up in a Nigerian neighborhood, Nigerian household, and I grew up in South. I mean, I would tell anybody, come grow up in the neighborhood I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and tell me, like, how could you get more of a cultural, quote unquote, culture? And that's what a lot of people want you to believe the cultural experience is, because it feels like the culture has to be associated with something negative or bad.
Oh, yeah. And I also hate that the culture has to be like a monolith. As black is there's only one way to be black.
Yeah.
And that's the most frustrating thing. And it's also an indictment on black people. Like there should be several ways to be.
But the thing is, too, is another propaganda. The people who control the media keep it that way. I mean, you got to think about it. You born in America, you see footage of that.
Mike, can Nigerian man who don't represent, speak, or be for the culture speak on the culture?
Bro, I'm so tired of us having to go and speak on this conflict every time. Bro, the only people that can speak on the culture is if you are, if you, I'm not even gonna call us African American. If you are native or indigenous to America, speak on a. If you are native and indigenous to America, that's it. A Haitian man, an African man, a Puerto Rican man of all these other country descents cannot and will not and shall not be able to speak for the culture. It's ridiculous, Terrell, that people feel of these places and cultural descents feel that they can speak on anything. It's crazy.
I agree, Mike. And I'm gonna tell you, Mike, Mike Cooking, shout out to my dog Mike for that beautiful response. You know the way I feel about him, Mike. But I'm gonna tell you where it comes from, Mike. And Twitter dropped something this week, Mike, to give your argument more of an oomph. And we spoke about it earlier. People, there are people, Mike. Pay attention, Mike. Black Barbie Elite, Mike. This account is based in East Asia, Africa. Black Woman Elite. This account is based in East Asia and Pacific. Hip Hop Magazine, Mike. Black Media History is based in Africa. Mike, that movie that Jordan Peele made years ago, Us, is truly profound.
Yes,
Why?
it is.
Because he was speaking on this issue. Like you said, Mike, why are y'all even speaking on black culture, not on Nigerian culture, where Boko Haram just kidnapped the whole school of elementary school kids, Mike, and shot 2 principals? What the fuck?
Right.
That's what y'all should be talking about.
They ain't speaking on many Christians that are getting brutalized and murdered in Nigeria, but they speaking on American. But they speaking on American black culture. I think we finally found a sweet spot with the connection, bro. Thank God, cause bro, I got a little frustrated, bro, because I've been cooking up and I feel like it's been spotty. And I got the best connection in the world. So, StreamYard, you're gonna owe us some dollars after this, cause my points have not been able to been validated, bro. But I just feel like it's a mental illness when you come from a different place and you put it, bro. Look at all them places that you just named, and you put and they have in their bio deriving from Africa.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Mike, this just got released yesterday, Mike. Groundbreaking news. Let me go ahead. That's breaking news, y'all. Elon just dropped that feature yesterday, Mike. You know what else feature they trying to drop, Mike? Which I think they should, Mike. You need to be able to post your profile picture.
Period.
You need to be able to put your ID when you create an account, Mike. I agree with that.
Bro, just like work, right? Your camera got to be on in the meeting.
Come on, Mike.
Your identity has to be recognized in order for you to have any type of content at all, and it can't be no emoji or any crazy background. I feel that it has to be, in order to have an account, in order to be a creator content, it has to be a picture of your face.
I agree, Mike. I agree, and that will alleviate a lot of those problems, like Mike was saying. And I agree, Mike. Hearing those type of conversations again, Mike, like you said, we have to speak on this subject. So, Mike, I'm with you, Mike. Why do y'all keep talking about the shit? It's like, Mike, they keep mentioning Black Americans think they are this. It's because you bring it up.
Bro, but I think, it's like how America's in love with the 90s, bro. Africa is in love with Black culture. Because
Can
there
I say
is
something
no.
profound, Mike, that I heard this week? Shout out,
What's
because
up?
I didn't get to do a lot of our research, Mike. Somebody was really surprised, Mike, and I'm gonna try to find a video that we are saying, if you're from a different country, Mike, can you claim Black culture, Mike? Your
No,
thoughts
you
on it
can't.
before I start the video. Talk to me.
You cannot, because if you're from a different culture, you identify as Haitian, you identify as African, you identify as Puerto Rican, you identify as Ethiopian. You don't identify as Black. How many times have we heard somebody say, "Oh, I'm not Black, I'm yada da da da," or you identify? Most people of color that are from a different country do not identify as Black. They identify from the region or a cultural background or religious background that they derive from.
Facts,
And
Mike.
it's
Here's our proof, Mike, before you keep cooking. Pay attention.
Saying that Black culture is just a Black American thing is so offensive. I told myself I would not be involved in any more diaspora wars, and I was doing a good job. Guys. Okay, until now, because now I have to say something. Unfortunately, I have to talk. I have to speak. The conversation that's going on right now on TikTok is so divisive, but so harmful to the Black community that morally I can't not say anything. Like, I have to say, like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I didn't say anything, because people are so wrong and strong, and they don't understand how violent this conversation is that we're having on TikTok right now. So the conversation we're having on TikTok right now, which I don't know why we're having it, because it's nonsensical to me, but the conversation is we're talking about being Black in America. So people are debating whether being Black means just being Black in America, as in Black Americans equal Black. So if you're not from America and you're Black, you're not Black. You are Nigerian if you're from Nigeria,
yes,
you're Jamaican if you're from Jamaica, etc. But if you're
yes,
Black in America, then you are just Black. They're also talking about Black culture, as in Black culture is only Black American culture. And this is
yes.
so xenophobic, guys. It's just straight, we're just doing xenophobia debates. Like, it's so weird to me. The reason why it's xenophobic is because there is no such thing as just Black culture in terms of it being just for Americans. There's no such thing as being Black as in it being just for Americans. And if you believe that, you believe that Americans are more superior than the rest of diaspora, and you're being xenophobic. Let me break it
No,
down. Black is a race. So if you have melanated skin, you're Black. Like me, I'm Black and nerdy. We are Black. If you are from Africa, if you're a descendant from sub-Saharan Africa, you have melanated skin, you are considered Black. And in America, say you've got one drop of Black in you, your mum's white, your dad's Black, you are considered Black. In the UK, you would be considered mixed race, biracial, etc. But whatever, you're Black, you're Black. Your descendants are from Africa, you got brown skin, you're from Africa, you're Black.
no.
Mike, take off, family. Take off. I know Mike feels strongly about this subject.
I don't understand how you can claim Black culture when your ancestors never had the dogs put on them or the water hoses put on them, or they never fought for any type of rights or stood 10 toes down on anything that would diversify and uplift the culture. It wasn't us Black Americans that would say you're not Black. We actually tried to include you multiple times until you kept telling us, "Oh, I'm Haitian. Oh, I'm African. Oh, I'm Nigerian. Oh, I'm Ethiopian." You yourself has said that. And xenophobia is the definition of not knowing your culture. We're not xenophobic. Therefore, you would be xenophobic because you have no culture. You attach yourself to ours, and I just don't understand. Like, you don't hear Chinese people trying to speak on Japanese people culture or Japanese people problems. The other cultures or other races do very well of staying out of it, right? At all, period.
You
I
cooking,
just
Mike.
don't
You
understand why you want to include yourself now when you never wanted to include yourself before. And as soon as something happens, you're the one that's saying you're not a part of the group. We've always been to try to be inclusive. We're done being inclusive because why? All you do is culture vulture. You can't culture vulture your way out of this. It is a problem that we have had for so long. You cannot speak on things that you don't know about. If your ancestors didn't stand 10 toes down, get killed, mauled, lynched, killed, beat, raped, all those things to provide better life in the country of America. You cannot speak on black culture. We're the epitome of black culture. We're the epitome of hip hop. We're the epitome of jazz. All these things started here. So if you weren't a part of that, or you don't identify with these things, then you cannot articulate on the situations, the problems, the gifts, and the curses of the black culture adequately. I don't get it. I don't get why you want to. Like, bro, I seen some shit pop off and it wasn't any of my business. And you know what I did? Kept it fucking moving. I just don't know why they can't do that.
Well,
I
Mike,
don't
let me chime
understand.
in. My dog Mike gave a beautiful response. For me, Mike, the reason why it's so controversial now, Mike, is because we're letting you know you're not that.
Right.
It was all cool, Mike, when they kept saying, no, I'm not this. But now that we said, Mike, you're right. There's a cultural shift in our generation, Mike, to say, grandma and them want to be included, Mike. Daddy and them want to be included. We saying, fuck that. We ain't got to be included. We want our reparations, cut the check. We want the black crime bill, and we don't want to be equal to y'all. We want our own businesses, Mike. We want our own communities. All that integrated, let's get along, it's over with. They are really shocked, Mike. And it is innovative, Mike. Think about it. In our lifetime, Mike, this pivot has happened. And Mike, we got on code with it. We talk about it, Mike. We have discussions. When do you think, Mike, that this movement is so strong? I really think they're caught off guard. And like I keep saying, Mike, what has the Black Brit done that makes it that we need y'all need to be calling? What is significant y'all done?
Nothing.
Explain it. What do y'all do? The Africans, no disrespect, y'all keep coming here saying this. What do y'all do? Where is the civil rights movement? Where is y'all speaking on white black issues? Y'all issues there. Y'all don't do that. You speak on issues that we are talking about, that we're trying to build. Oh, we're not saying y'all different. No, yes, you are. You're trying to get in, swindle yourself in the issues, the culture, our conversations, our movements, instead of building your own. Like Mike said, beautifully said, you're trying to swindle into an argument. That's why the pushback is so steady. Nobody care about where y'all from. Nobody care about what y'all got going on. We ain't even mad at it, Mike. But do your own thing. Stop acting like we owe you something. Stop it. And until you create your own wave, your own motion, your own conversation, because we speak about our issues, Mike. We talk about Carmelo Anthony, Mike. We ain't forget. We talk about reparations and cut the check. We talking about our movements. I don't know what value they add, Mike. And I think that is the strongest pushback that they do not understand, family.
Bro, well said. Well said. I just wish they would stop trying, bro. Like
Mike is really tired of it. Mike is tired of it for real.
Bro, it's insanity. Because as soon as I start talking about some shit that's going on in Nigeria, somebody's gonna be like, bro, you don't know about that, so you can't speak on that.
And
That's
Mike, you know what
all.
else is funny too? I don't like Mike. Y'all got all these issues going on. Shade Room don't post it. Hip Hop Media, Black, Ebony Elite, all those sites don't post y'all issues. They don't. Mike, you notice that? They don't post none of that stuff. None of y'all problems y'all even discuss. You act like they don't exist. That's why they're so big. We acknowledge our problems, Mike. We talk about our street niggas, our problems, our issues, but y'all want to tap onto our issues instead of y'all intellectual class talking about y'all issues. And that's the problem. Mike, most people don't realize how much bad history we have been taught, Mike. There's a college Harvard professor that speaks on it, Mike. It's a beautiful subject that I want my dog to listen to because we are so taught incorrectly. Fair use, Mike. Pay attention.
United States case. The myth is that Lincoln freed the slaves, but Lincoln says in 1860 and 1861, it is a lie and a slander that we have any intention to abolish slavery in the slave colonies of the South, in the slave states of the South. This is just a lie, he says. So why does it happen? Well, it happens because, as W.E.B. Du Bois puts it in his great book, Black Reconstruction from 1935, the slaves took matters into their own hands.
Mm.
500,000 of them fled from the South, withdrew their labor from the Confederacy, found their way to Union lines. And Lincoln's generals are going, what do we do with these people? What's our policy? And initially, the policy was return them to their masters. But they refused to go back. They came in such numbers that this wasn't viable. And a few of the more radical Republican generals said, I'm not returning them. They were defying Lincoln, but they were defying Lincoln because enslaved people were forcing the issue. And ultimately, 200,000 of these self-emancipated Black men find their way into the Union Army and Navy. Women serve as cooks and as spies. We often forget that the great Harriet Tubman, who had led a series of raids to free family members and then to free non-kin fugitives, was the most accomplished spy for the Union Army. Lincoln eventually provided a pass which said, Harriet Tubman can go wherever she wants, because the point is, she could provide intelligence to the Union Army that no one else could provide. So this was a movement of self-emancipation. Enslaved people forced emancipation on the Union, on President Lincoln, through their own militancy, their resistance, and their mass flight from the South. So yes, history starts to look very different. And once again, we see the withdrawal of the labor of 500,000 people, both crippled the Confederacy. That's a huge withdrawal of labor power, 500,000 people, and it was adding labor power to the Union military forces. And this is a reminder of where social power lies in our society. And then
to chop it up even more, Mike, and I'm gonna cook first. Most people have no idea that Harriet Tubman is the most prolific spy in United States history. We think about Harriet Tubman as always sneaking in the night, freeing enslaved. No, y'all. She was a spy for the United States Union military who was actively destabilizing the Southern economy. History is not taught in proper context. She was the greatest spy in United States history. Think about it. Freeing over 400 in-captive victims from a hostile environment in the night, working the Underground Railroad. People don't know that. She walked, going in to free captive individuals, destabilizing the South economy. He didn't free them. They freed themselves. Once the word spread how notorious Miss Harriet was, Queen Harriet was, at night, helping you move to the hostile environments of the North. And most people don't know this too, Mike. There was an Underground Railroad in the South. People don't know that, Mike.
You mean in the North?
In the South, Mike.
Oh, in the South.
Google it. There was Florida was a free state, Mike. People don't know that. That means slavery was not legal. It was a part of Spain. It was a free Underground Railroad in the Florida and the North. History, like everything we learned in U.S. history growing up is BS. You have to unlearn it. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, bro, but first of all, Lincoln didn't do shit. People got to understand what the word Emancipation Proclamation really means politically, right? Proclamation is just a political announcement. We got to break it down, right? Emancipation Proclamation just was, because you got to think America is a company, it's not a country, right? So that was just a proclamation is used in business terms for a business to state what they are doing or rules that they will be following, right? That's a proclamation by legal terms. So the Emancipation Proclamation, the freedom political announcement of the United States northern sector was, we do not fuck with slavery anymore. It was just an announcement stating we don't fuck with slavery no more. Not a you must free the slaves shall be free, and this is what we're doing. No, he was just saying, hey, up here, we don't fuck with that. And that was it. It's not the biggest deal that we make about history, right? And I find it very interesting because so many people were still enslaved, and we give Lincoln so much credit for freeing the slaves, and he didn't do jack shit. He just made an announcement. Basically, what he would do if it was modern times. He sent out the work memo. You know what I'm saying? He sent out a memo to the office, letting them know the policy has changed. That's it.
Well, you got to understand, Mike, and this is another gem I want everybody to understand. As you get older and you really learn the story of America, we have to understand we have two organizations, Daughters of Confederacy and Sons of Confederacy. They have systematically gone and petitioned the Department of Education to petition what books are allowed to be read in schools, what curriculum is allowed to be spoken, about what historical events. Everything that we learn, Mike, in our growing up has been washed to not tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? So when we have these historical dialogues and discourses like we're doing on a regular basis. It's not from a not knowing we talk about. We just read behind the perspectives and truth. Once you learn, like Mike said, Lincoln didn't do as much. Lincoln didn't free anything. Lincoln was trying to be a president trying to survive, Mike.
Facts.
That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to survive a country going through a mass war because enslavement and the South, Black Americans in the South made it an issue, Mike. And we got to understand, most Blacks in the South, Mike, nobody says this, were prisoners held captive of war. We call them slaves, Mike, informally enslaved. When you think about it, Mike, they were POWs. They were literally being forced to work and work the land as prisoners of wars. I don't know why that's never mentioned, Mike. It's always like it was just slavery. No, they were captured, denied access, forced to work, gun to the head, malnourished, non-native tongue, eradicating families, Mike. If you had a brother, your brother got shipped to another state. That's prisoner of war stuff, Mike. That's why it was so prolific. That's why the uprising was so real. That's why the pushback in our ethnicity culture, like you said, Mike, what is Black is so strong. That's why. But a lot of people might have to unlearn everything. Everything we learn in K through 12, Mike, is bull jive. Everything.
Well, it's his story. Like, we don't even know the true origins. Like, bro, we could go down the rabbit hole so far, but we don't even know the true origins of Egypt. Egypt is actually in the United States, and
Not
nobody
true.
really. And it's historical facts that Egypt is in the Grand Canyon, and the Grand Canyon has hieroglyphics in some parts. No one ever notices that we cannot tour the Grand Canyon like we want to tour. You can't go and walk around the Grand Canyon like you want to. You can't explore certain parts of the Grand Canyon because there is a national park law on the Grand Canyon where you can't even understand that the Grand Canyon is what it really is.
Facts, man. I agree with everything you're saying, fam. I think it's uncomfortable, Mike, to talk about it. Because remember, when you talk about these subjects, Mike, now you got to do something about it. It's easy to have a conversation about a subject, Mike, and it's cool and it's fun and it's like, man, we're just gonna talk about it. But once you actually get into a subject that's truly uncomfortable, what you gonna do about it now, Mike? You feel
Well,
me?
people also got to understand too, Terrell, that the inception and the lies and the disconnect of what America really is was built into its inception. Like, people have to realize that what America really is, where America really is, and what it really stands for has all been built on lies from the very beginning in 1776. You know what I'm saying?
Big fact, Mike. Big fact. And this is why we come here, y'all, to give this stuff, man. And you know, me and Mike give you the heavy moments because we find that very important. But we try to keep it light, stay current, and stay on the earn as legacy and issues, Mike. And if we got to that point, Mike, Mike, we got a feature this week. I meant to tell you, I told him that we're gonna start staying in tune with the culture because we have a music exec, Mr. Mike McCall, Mike. And I got a request this week, Mike. 2 videos for your feedback on, Mike. Are you ready, fam?
Oh man, somebody
Yeah,
requested videos for my feedback.
Mike, I'm telling you, dog, we growing, Mike. You think it's playing?
Hey, I feel flattered. Thank you, and I will
Dog,
do my
so
best to give an honest and
we
unbiased
got 2
critique.
videos from one of the family members, Mike. Bright Mo Keys out of Akron, Ohio, Mike. Akron in the building.
Shout
He
out
is
to
going to
Akron.
play. Shout out to Akron, man. I'm going to tell my boy. Let me text him now and tell him we about to do the live. We doing it. And he asked for a live feedback, Mike, of the world. And you ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
Let go.
Yo, what up, though? Bright Mo Keys. Niggas know what the fuck going on. Go gang. So active.
Shout out to Bright Mo Keys out of Active. Let me pin this before we keep going, Mike. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Bright Mo Keys, and I appreciate you, Bright Mo, for even sending in the submission and wanting my feedback.
Shout out to him on.
A long way from hoop dreams, do the dash in the coupe screen. We really in the field, calling plays like Drew Brees. I ran it up for real, I only started with 2 fiends. Now my phone jumped like a trampoline with loose springs. I'm just telling y'all my life, I couldn't fabricate it. The Drake shooting if a nigga feeling agitated. They don't want it for real, these niggas just procrastinating. Only chasing these meals, I know I got a casket waiting. Free the gang, forever thugging to the death of me. The chop can hit them long range, I be feeling like I'm Steph from 'cause I ain't smoking, got my eyes low like Fang off of Tekken 3. Shorty head between my legs, trying to get pedigree. So much money I might need an accountant. Mismatch designer, I can't even pronounce it. Remember being broke, sneaking in houses, sleeping on couches, now all this ice drip like a fountain. I never knew this what the pain could do. I had a lane to choose, a body shot, I have them moving like a kangaroo. These niggas bitches and they sweeter than a baby roof. All these niggas need is a bra and some Daisy Dukes. Every day a different dollar, I be out here on the same shit. The realest niggas in the city, bitch, the gang lit. They be doing lame shit. Ducker, get your brain hit. It ain't safe around here, in other words, we dangerous. Niggas think they body. Niggas think they talking about they sliding, but we dotted. Don't make my niggas pull up to your house and body. Can't leave the crib without strap, I might die without it. Bitch, niggas think they body. Niggas think they talking about they sliding, but we dotted. Don't make my niggas pull up to your house and body. Can't leave the crib without strap, I might die without it. Bitch, can't leave the crib without strap, I might die without it. Diamonds dancing and I'm dripping sauce, don't think this style's an island. They can't stop the violence, Brody put up, shot me smiling. Got some shit to see you in the air, I call my Glock a pilot. I hear cops and them sirens, they can't stop us from firing. If they know it's money on his head, bet them killers will find them. I'm so caught up in this street shit, I can't even quit. I can recover from my losses, I can't even trip. Every day I'm moving cautious, I can't even slip. I'm just gonna check the mail, I gotta bring stick. I don't think they body. Can't leave the house without it. Say the wrong thing around gang, get shot about it. Niggas need to stay in their own lane before I knock them out it. I don't think they body. Can't leave the house without it. Say the wrong thing around gang, get shot about it. Niggas need to stay in their own lane before I knock them out it.
Mike, your first take of our first reaction, Mike, from my dog. Request for you. What did you think? What did you feel?
Yo.
Honest assessment, family, always.
I'm gonna give this 2 critiques, 2 sides of the critique. My first side is the appreciation of the video. One, I appreciate the video quality. I appreciate the production quality of the music and the production quality of the video. Very good. Very good production quality. You could tell you got your money's worth and you spent some money to get it done. I appreciate it because it doesn't look trashy. The transitions are good. The beat is clear. Your lyrics are clear. So partnering up with the studio and the videographer, fantastic, amazingly great. What I would like to challenge you on is this. It was a great video, but I want to challenge you on your creativity of the video. Cause what I want you to stand out as an artist because you can rap. So everybody in every hood, in every city, in every state of America has that similar style video. I challenge you, Bright Mo Keys, to have a little bit more creativity with the video, to have your music stand out more because you do have a good cadence, you do have a good production, and you do have good people around you. So check this out. the next video, I want to see something a little different other than, you know, I rep for my hood. Hey, it's cool. I don't have nothing bad to say about it at all. Everything was great, quality-wise and engineering-wise. But I just don't want you to get lost in the sauce as an artist by doing the blueprint of artists from the hood. I got my homeboys doing stuff in the background. Have your homeboys saying the lyrics a little bit more as well. Have them participating more. Have the camera flashing to them more, and they're finishing your sentences. Like you may do a pause, and your homeboy finishing the line, not necessarily rapping it, and his voice is articulated, but him just finishing the line with your voice dubbed in the background. If your homeboy's gonna be in the video, had them know the words to every single verse, every single hook, every single punch of your video. It will give your video a little bit better quality just because not only are they doing things in the video, but they participating and they're performing as well. And that's a different glance. But what I was saying about like every hood, every city, everybody in the hood got a video like this with their homeboys in the background, they putting on for their city. I just challenge you challenge your creativity to do more than that. Other than that though, fire video. Fire video.
Fire from you. Mike is giving the music's take. Me, I'm gonna give the business take, Brightmo Keys. I want to be able to know how to find you, how to support you. As a consumer, I didn't see anything with your social media handles, how to find your merch, your shirts, your strand of a week, whatever you do. You need to have something that's gonna make me be able to buy from you while you're doing this actively. Mike spoke on incredibly on the music sense, and I agree. Talented brother, you can tell. Midwest flow. Where's something for the ladies? Where's a different vibe? Where's a different energy? What is something that I can retain as a fan that I can buy from? I want to be able to see that. If it's your new merch, if it's your new anything, if it's my new video, if it's your CD, anything, Mike, a shirt with your album, your EP being released, you need to have an anticipation, a build-up to funnel that lead so it can return to sales and values. Tour dates, Mike, opening, meet me here. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to funnel that energy. I don't know if that's possible, Mike, but from the business state, that's what I always think of.
It's very possible to have those flashes, like, you know, at the end of the video, like maybe credits. But I want to hear you talk about more than shoot niggas and hood shit too, because everybody's talking about that.
I agree, and I agree. That's the next step as an artist, Mike. And I believe that first video, Mike, was supposed to be a radio from Brightmo Keys. Again, 2 submissions for my dog, Mike. He wanted to hear. I believe this one right here, Mike. Let me find it. Was another one he wanted to hear that he said he wanted to hear this one. Let me see if I can find it, Mike. So that one was about it video, Mike. I guess this one right here must have been that video of the other type of energy that we're speaking on. Let me pull it up, Mike. The YouTube acting crazy. Hold on, Mike. Fair use. Okay, that's the one we just heard. Where's the other Brightmo? Let me see. And like I said, y'all, from Akron, artist heavy. He let me see if I can find it, Mike. And Mike, you said all right, I'm trying to get it. Let me see.
I'm just glad we ain't having technical difficulties no more, bro. I don't know what's that about, bro. I had to get off and pray.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, bro, we been at the mic. Ain't been no bull job. I'll take it. You feel me? Second video from our boy from Akron, Mike. Shout out to me and Mike making progress, getting view requests. Ain't that crazy, Mike?
Yeah, it's cool. I love it.
I know. Growth, fam. Growth. Second up, Mike. Take a listen.
Yeah. There's no the fuck going on, man. Brightmo Keys. Ready? Okay. What the fuck going on, man? Hey, I really live a life these niggas dreaming about. If Freddy killed it, I'ma have to take the Keenan route. Illest niggas in this shit, we really bring them out. Fast cars, hella ice, these niggas know what we about. I heard they speaking down, so much money in the room, can't keep the count. You talk like you the plug, but only push an ounce. Hey, that's because these niggas broke as fuck. 7.6 tools and leave a nigga opened up. Niggas can't get nowhere cause they ain't dope enough. Smell the aroma, nigga, cause the dope with us. Trapping out the BP, this bitch ain't even open up. And I've been doing this shit at an early age. Thuggin', hoping I don't catch an early grade. Sorta like Mako, the way I get a nigga spray. Hit him with the K, nigga play. The mission is to get the money, niggas in the way. Wake up confident like whose bitch I'm finna hit today. They really on us cause we ballin' like the NBA. I done made like 10 a day. Co-CEO, I'm who initiate. We ain't shaking hands cause you niggas fake. They think it's magic how I got it, put it in they plate. If you ain't heard about the game, then you niggas late. Different breed, they ain't met a nigga like me. They throwing salt cause they don't wanna see me icy. Can't date a bitch if she broke a nigga pricey. Play with my brother, I send you up there with Christ be. Pull up and knock a nigga bitch in a white tee. Nigga, I kill everybody, this ain't Nike. Stupid, went over your head cause you ain't like me. They don't wanna push me to the edge cause I might be ready for whatever's coming. Mention me, you know it ain't no running. Ain't got a job, but I'm selling something. He think he flexing, that's like 700. Shit you niggas did, I done it. If you ain't hungry for it, nigga, fix your stomach. Mud made, no 3-6, but you know who run it. Guns raised, all of your shit coming between the stugging. I'd rather be making some money, nigga through a clubbing. Ready, baby, bright more keys, niggas know how we coming.
I like the concept of the rap, bro.
Let me
But
hear it. Give your take, Mike.
I'll say it again, Bright Mo Keys. If you're gonna have the homies in the video, they gotta do something more than sitting on cars and chilling, bro. Me personally, it's a little distracting if your homeboy is not saying your lyrics. Cause if they in the video, are they in there, they're taking away from your artistry. And the guys in the hood, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I'm just saying, if you supporting your homie, support your homie. Say the words to his song. Finish the punchline. Finish the hook. Finish the verse. Spit the verse while he rapping the verse in the background. All y'all doing is shooting dice and sitting on cars looking tough. That's only gonna work but so many times. I like your video to be a little bit more diverse. You ain't gotta have all the homies in the video all the time. You know you could actually have a plot, a storyline, like conflict and resolution, antagonist, protagonist. Like your video, your music is good. So stop having the video be one dimensional. Have the video have multi dimensions. It could be a mini movie. That's how most movies start. It's like a lot of people have an idea for a music video, and it has a plot, and it's like a story. I want your videos to start telling stories. Right now, the story that was told was we at the gas station chilling, shooting this video. What is your lyrics about? The video has to depict what you're talking about. And this is 2 videos to me of tough guy behavior. I want to see you be diverse as an artist. Like Terrell said, where the lady song at? All I've been hearing you do is talk about getting money and what you do to other niggas. It's got to reflect more than that, because it's 1,000 people doing that right now.
Facts.
What makes you different?
Facts, and good feedback, Mike. I think for me, Mike is on the music sense. I'm more on the business senses. At the end, I saw the Instagram of his thing. I would like to see that on the name, Mike. Something we could find that faster. A link for something else maybe we could see. What do
Hey,
you
your
put
homie,
the
if
white
your
there?
homie gonna be in the video, T, if your homie gonna be in the video, have your homie with your Instagram handle on the shirt.
Have your shirts on, have your merch, have a show feature, have like you said, Mike, a story to it. For me, it's like you're paying for the video, but it's no retention on how I'm going to support you more. Your lyrics is good, Mike. The song was good. I thought it was different. It don't sound the same, Mike.
I like the way they were finishing each other's sentences. That's cool.
You know, unique,
but
different sound.
Yeah, but this video to me was the same as the other one.
That's fair. And that's fair. That's something as a newer artist, as you're building yourself, brother. And shout out to you for letting us review your stuff, man. And shout out to you for thinking that we good. We just here telling you, you got the talent, bro. You ain't got to worry about that. Now you got to build up the identity, the story. Because remember, you got to leave outside of your city. So if you want to work in VA Beach, if you want to work in Houston, if you want to work in the West, you got to make sure, like Mike said, you have a story and how it's going to translate. You got the talent, brother. But I like what Mike said. Have your boys in the video. Give somebody a journey. Give somebody what they're supposed to be doing, not just sitting down in the video. Somebody holding up a shirt. Like I said, because the cameraman good. The transitions are smooth. Like Mike said, the video is good to watch. Now you have to get to that point. How do I get retention from it? How do I get value? People buying it. People want to see it. People reposting it. That's the gap that you got to fill. You know what else I like too, Mike? And this is just me why they saying it. I kind of like that the hustle era of hip hop, the flossing era. Most of the young guys don't understand that flossing era is done, Mike. We are
It's done.
officially in the hustle. So his sound will translate well, Mike. He's in the hustle era. But like you said, you gotta have the hustle visual representation. You have to have the hustle packaging. What are you selling? What are you gaining from it? I like the hustle music. I can listen to that, Mike.
Right.
But now,
Secondly, my bad. Secondly, too, bro, if you're gonna be using guns, these are props. You need to go ahead and let people know on the video in fine print, large print, small print. Just trying to save you a bunch of headaches. I don't know anybody's criminal background, but it will behoove you to say in the video that the guns used and the money used and the drugs used in this video is a prop. Uh, just that little tidbit right there could get you out of a whole lot of trouble on having different types of things like that in the video, because who's gonna check you on if it's fake or not?
Facts, Mike. Great fact, man. And a shout out to Brightmo Keys. We rocking with you, baby. Keep it coming. If you want any more reviews, King Crowd on all handles, with McCall at on all handles, DM Mike. We tapping in. We getting it. After we get up, it will be a fee, Mike. Let them know. The fee ain't there yet, but the fee will be on the way. You feel me?
Right.
So, but we love doing that. We love the young boys. Shout out to y'all even wanting us to look at it. We always on point with it. For sure.
I appreciate it.
Of course, Mike. Mike, on our last few subjects, Mike, we got our 3 or 4 for the night. Tap in, Mike. The president, Mike, of the NAACP said, what, Mike? Fair use. Fair use. Fair use, family.
That it was immigrants who built this country. Africans who were enslaved, who had no opportunity for freedom or even freedom of thought, were in fact immigrants. Now, we're talking about immigration as if it's something over there or over there. But the harm to every immigrant is harm to every one of us. In this country, we want to believe that the Constitution has protected us all, and in fact, it has not. But that doesn't mean that we can't work to ensure that it does. In the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, there are people standing behind me who have committed to ensure we are going to protect the people of this residence. We hope that includes all of you.
Mike, I'm tired of them talking about.
let me crack down on this.
Go ahead, crack it up, Mike.
Let me cook real quick, bro. We gotta stop the misalignment of that all the slaves came from Africa, bro. And I will use this show's platform to 100% identify us as the true natives of this land. The first of all, it doesn't make financial sense to put a product that is gonna make you money on a boat, don't feed it, don't give it water, don't do anything, and sell it across the seas for months. It doesn't make sense that 4 million people got here that way. It doesn't make sense. Open your brain. We were here first. We was already here. They enslaved the indigenous people of America, not the Native American Indians. There's 2 different groups. The Native American Indians, the ones that you see now with the high cheekbones and the feathers and all that stuff, those people derived from Siberia and came across the isthmus, which was the land bridge, right? Those are the people that they use as the face of the Native Americans of America. The second group that you need to understand, which is the most enslaved group, was the indigenous American people. Brown skinned people, black people, people with copper colored skin. It is not these Native Americans that you see and the Native Americans that they parade in front of you. Yes, it is made of immigrants, but immigrants is the definition by fault of an immigrant is somebody that comes to another country and implants themselves. You cannot be an immigrant if you never implanted yourself and you were already here. So let's stop saying that. That is the first form of the identity crisis that we have. That, oh, we were brought here on a slave ship. Okay, some people were, maybe less than 1.5 million. Because do you really believe 4 million people was brought over here on boats, starved, hungered, and not able to drink water? That is a bad fiscal investment to even have your property, something that is going to make you money, travel in that manner. It doesn't make mental sense. So let's stop that first. And secondly, let's start talking about what we actually really are, who we actually really are, because we have birth land rights to this land. So until we start having those conversations, then secondly, we could have conversations about the people that were brought over here wrong.
My boy, let me do it again for Mike.
I just don't understand why we keep the farce. Like, why do we keep the lie alive? Tell the truth.
Mike, can I go from a different angle?
Yeah, man.
Mike cooked on the history point. I'm not even going to touch that. Mike did his thing. For me, Mike, ma'am, where were you when Breonna Taylor died?
Facts.
Where were you when Carmelo Anthony got first-degree murder on a self-defense charge?
Facts.
Where were you when Philando Castile got shot in broad daylight? Where were you when Jordan Neely got killed by a man as self-defense? Why are you coming out only speaking on immigrant issues? Why do y'all only speak on other people's things? Where were you when California tried to jump down the reparation study? Why do y'all only speak on other issues besides black issues? What? Why is it
You wanna
very
know why?
convenient when we see them, Mike? It's never on something we care about. And stop saying immigrants built this country. Let's stop it, Mike. Like you said, formerly enslaved built this country. The word that Mike is highlighting is ethnogenesis. There is an ethnogenesis that we've had in this country. Do not keep labeling that. But I want to know, why does the president of the NAACP, why don't you speak on those issues, man?
You want to know
And it
why?
bothers me, Mike. Go ahead and cook, fam.
Because the NAACP was founded by and orchestrated and funded by whites in the beginning. It was a black face, but white control and support. And that's okay, right? But if we, from the inception of a group, yes, they're allies, quote unquote, right? But from the inception of a group, we don't have no educational, financial, or control of said group from its inception. The group is only going to focus on the matters that matter to the financial party of the group.
Mike, that's a bar. Shout out. Let me give my boy Mike again. Mike is cooking tonight. I mean, I just always notice it, Mike, and I want to put all black people on notice with that. Whenever they speak, Mike, Obama, any of them, Mike, you notice that? It's never on, yo, why aren't they talking about that? Michelle Obama had an interview recently, Mike, right? That was popular. I couldn't listen to it because she doesn't talk about shit. Mike, you're an attorney. What is your opinion on Carmelo Anthony?
Bro.
What is your opinion on reparations, Mike? You're an attorney. Y'all don't speak about anything. What are you talking about? You're the greatest. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Obama will never truly speak on black issues because he's not connected black. He's not connected to the black community. He has a white mother and a black father who abandoned him. So therefore, he will never be able to speak on the black issues because he is coming from the standpoint of a white woman.
No, I agree, Mike. And I am not pushing back on you. I'm just saying it's fascinating in real time to see him on other conversations, and that's not brought up, Mike. It's fascinating to me. Y'all are both attorneys. We have legal issues about going on right now. Y'all talking about single women, what?
Having gay friends, being a man and having a gay friend. Like, come on, bro.
Mike, why is Michelle Obama hanging around Tracy Ellis Ross, Mike? Why?
Let's talk about Tracy Ellis Ross. There has to be some type of woman toxicity. You a 50-year-old woman with a wonderful personality, a wonderful body, and and very talented actress. Why are you the auntie that's single that still hasn't had no man?
Mike, why is the first lady of the first black president and her hanging around each other?
Facts. It's beneath you,
I-
Michelle.
Mike, that's a conversation. You're not talking about no real issues, Michelle. Remember, when you was in political office, Mike, wasn't she always out front telling us we need to eat and we need to change? Now you don't
Yes.
want to touch no political issues?
It's either
You
in
feel me,
you or
Mike?
it's either in you or on you, bro. And
Was it for the
it
clout
can't
and you wanted to be in front? Or did you genuinely care about what you were doing? Because
it
remember,
can't
Mike,
be in you for the
come on.
politics only. It has to be in you once you leave office, once you out of the White House. It has to be a continuous flow and a
Come
continuous
on, Mike.
fight. And I'm with you. I find that our black leaders, our black celebrities, our black entertainers, people of stature, people that can make changes, tend to talk about things that don't matter instead of talking about the real. But I told you this one time before. Once you sign those contracts, once
You cannot.
once your life is ruled by a certain group of people, you are no longer willing or able contractually to be able to speak on these issues, because if you really think about it, anytime any egregious black plight has happened, we may do a blanket, yes, we got to overcome this, but nobody is drilling down on the issues. Nobody is speaking on the real things that matter in those type of situations or giving real support. And what it boils down to is that the fame and the fortune that they have amassed comes with those consequences of, if they speak out on that matter, those things will end. And you can
Facts.
tell that it is because anybody, even Oprah, anybody with a large amount of money will not speak on the plight
Mm,
in the way that we need and want them to speak on it.
I agree, Mike. And it's so deep, Mike, that so many things are happening around us. Speaking of which, Mike said, we're going to keep it going because Mike is cooking tonight. Let me go ahead and applaud my dog again. Mike, you know what else was scary that caught my attention this week, Mike? And nobody talked
What's,
about it? The
what's that?
last penny was made.
Bro, so what are we just gonna give people 5 cents now?
Mike,
There's no exact change if you take the penny away.
Mike, there is no more pennies ever being made. It ended this year. They are really,
That-
Mike, pushing that crypto digital currency.
Bro, when you
Remember
think
how we
about it,
saw that Apple thing, Mike, that you said, no, we ain't doing it? How did
yes.
this story go past the lexicon so quietly? Ain't nobody talking about it, Mike. Take off. I noticed your
Because
lane.
because pennies are very insignificant in the eyes of the American people. But what this, and mark my words, Terrell, what this will implement is the downfall of paper and metal money. You're
Mm,
starting to eradicate different it well, they say it's a money thing, right? It costs 2 cents to make every 1 penny, right?
right.
Cool. But now there will never be a such thing as exact change. And when you have a war on exact change, then you're not gonna have paper money and metal money ever again. Because now you have eradicated the 1 cent, right? So when I go to the store and when all the pennies are finally out of circulation, all the pennies are finally never to exist, and they become a collector's item. My question to you is, when I pay for something at the store and you give me exact change, there will be no exact change because you will be cents off on a dollar. And once you begin to do that, then okay, it costs us too much to make nickels. Okay, it costs us too much to make dimes. Okay, it costs us too much to make quarters. Oh shit, watch out. It costs us too much to make the $1, $5, $10. Now it's only $20 bills. Now it's only $100 bills. Well, I mean, it makes no sense to print this money anyway, right? Because our billfold is not backing on anything but a promise. It's a promissory note. So I mean, eventually this was going to happen anyway. But the downfall of exact change is a downfall of tangible money. Slowly but
Mm,
surely, it's going to happen. There will
mm.
be no tangible money, and they will force you to have. Because when you think about money on your debit card, right, and you think about your money in your bank account, it's not real. It's just numbers. It's just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's nothing. It's no physical or tangible note on a computer screen. It's numbers on a computer screen on a spreadsheet, right? So God forbid electricity goes out, God forbid the grid goes down. Those zeros and ones are just gonna be that. Zeros and ones. It's not tangible. It's not a real item.
Man,
So
Mike is cooking. Mike
pay
is
attention,
cooking.
bro. And a lot of people think we on some conspiracy shit, but it's real life, bro. And nobody, we're so entertained with the Super Bowl and football games, basketball games, but real shit is happening and we just brushing it past. Like the penny not being in circulation anymore
The
is
big news.
is huge news and a warning cry to what is to come in the future. Slowly but surely it's gonna happen, and all of a sudden we're gonna be looking, and it's gonna be no paper money or no tangible money at all, and it's all gonna be digital money. What the fuck is that? That shit is not real, bro. And I think that's what people fail to realize. Like you say you got all this money, but if it's not a tangible note, right, or if it's not like backed by anything, like I could have $1 million on a bank account.
I agree.
It's ones and zeros, bro, on a computer screen. That's all it amounts to.
I agree, Mike.
That's not a real thing. And I think we lose track of that very quickly in society.
I agree.
It's not a real thing.
I agree, Mike. And my dog Mike is cooking. Share the live, share the live. 3 more clippings for my dog tonight. Then we outie. Mikey, me and Mike, we almost 2 hours. It don't even feel like it. Do it, family.
Nah, man.
We cooking tonight. Let me keep going, Mike. Mike, Wale's legacy and his standpoint. Tell you, listen.
I gotta say something, man. And by the way,
then you got into what? Yachty, right? Or Uzi, one of them?
Uzi. No, I never
Yachty.
got into
Oh, you said Uzi wasn't gonna be something?
Nah, Uzi didn't want to rhyme over a certain beat.
No.
I'm gonna be a rock star. And I said people
This ain't a
gonna
Mandela
decide.
effect thing. No,
The rock star.
This ain't
It's
a
the rock
Mandela
star
thing.
thing.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be like he ain't gonna blow up or something like that.
No,
I
he
didn't say
said
that.
rock star.
Oh,
He said he was gonna be a rock star, and I said we gonna decide that.
he is.
I mean, he still ain't sold out no stadium.
I mean, rock stars don't need to sell out a stadium.
They do.
What about
Then you ain't a star?
No, rock star is a rock star.
Says who?
The culture.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't he got
I
like
disagree.
Don't he got like 2 diamond singles?
Okay, 2 singles. Where them albums?
I'm
What
just
was
saying
these
2
albums?
diamond singles, bro. That's
Y'all
a
be
rock-
lowering the
and then-
bar.
and no,
Y'all
and then-
be lowering the
and then-
bar.
And then also is his influence too. That makes you a rock star, and his influence is,
Okay.
is undeniable.
So he's a rock star.
There you go.
So listen, with that measurement, don't be mad when we lower the bar and people don't give shit its proper due because we lowering bars out
We
here.
ain't talking about the best lyricist. We ain't talking about that. He's his in his genre. He's a rock star.
What genre is that?
It's like a subgenre of hip hop, but like it's still evolving. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But you know the genre. Whatever it say right in their little circle in Apple, similar to
No, it says hip hop rap. It says hip hop rap.
But
That's what
all
it
the
says.
people that they say compare whatever the thing is, that's the genre.
Mike, great discussion. You the hip hop aficionado today. Mike, first off, let's go to Wale first. Wale released the album, Mike. What is Wale's legacy, Mike, in your opinion?
I think Wale's legacy is being an artist that's hard to work with. That's I mean, when it comes to Wale, that's what I understand his legacy is. But I mean, I personally have worked with Wale before and also personally been in rooms where Wale is. So I don't think it's a fair assessment for me to talk about Wale because I have a bias, because I have seen Wale in a light that he was not supposed to be. To me, he's a great artist, but the light that I have seen Wale in is not a good light. And so I think it would be unfair for me to discuss Wale because I seen Wale as an asshole. Like,
For me as an outsider, Mike, and my opinion on Wale is that leaves much to be wanted, yearning.
right,
Mike,
like
big feature songs, Mike, big records, but too many gaps.
yes, and those gaps that you're seeing come from personality issues.
Facts. And I do believe, Mike, he does not represent DC. He does not even have the DC culture. He's like, what is he? You know what I'm saying,
I
Mike?
think that I think the biggest thing that could have happened for Wale during this time is Kai Cenat not knowing who he was. That gave him the spark and the attention that he needed. Yes, he's been working on an album. I mean, I heard the album, it was decent, but also to me, it's typical Wale. Like some people like, oh my God, it's the best album that he's ever came out with. Maybe very true, but to me that shit was mid. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
I,
Wale
mhm.
has
I
been a mid artist to me for years.
I agree, Mike. I think he's had too many spectacular moments he could have been a part of, and he didn't pop off. Mike, he was an MMG.
He
You're
was with
on no
MMG, and
hand,
what a lot of people don't understand is when Wale first came out, he was under Hove.
right?
So that's
He's
two
had big
balls.
stamps.
That's two major record label balls that you drop because of the stipulations of you being hard to work with.
Agreed, Mike. I think he's leave more to want, and he's underachieved. My opinion only.
I think
Going
he
to the
leaves a
Uzi
lot
Vert.
on the table. He leaves a lot on the table as an artist. Like when you listen to his album, you're always wanting more or wishing that he would have did something a little bit better. And that's not a jab at him or anything. I just think he's a mid art. I just think he's a mid artist, and to me, he think he is more than what he really is.
Speaking on to the next point, Mike. Beautiful transition. Did Uzi underachieve, or was Ebro right?
Well, I thought they were talking about Yachty at first.
No, they were talking about Uzi. Remember when Uzi had that moment calling himself a rock star? I'm going to be this. And Ebro said something, Mike. In 10 years, you got to sell out stadiums. Has
Facts.
Yachty or anybody in that era besides YB? YB's a rock star.
Yes. Now I feel that they have the persona of rock stars. They might not necessarily be a rock star, but the way that they view themselves is a rock star. Not really that with the tight pants, the chains, the studded belts, the fingernail polish, and the rock star behavior. I think they idolize Mick Jagger and those type of guys, but are doing it in the wrong genre.
Can I say something, Mike?
What's that?
Uzi has aged poorly.
Very poorly.
I don't know what's his last album. What did he have? I just want to rock. I mean, I don't know any songs. His first album was dope, Mike. Since then, what is Uzi? What is, you know what I mean? When have you sold out anything? I know
But
you
we
just
talk
dating
about this all the
JT.
time, T. You
That's
have
it.
to
Go ahead.
continuously evolve as an artist. You have to continuously have the creativity to want to maintain something that is so fresh and new into the people's minds. And these people aren't doing that. They just living their lives, and that's cool though.
That is. I guess for me, Mike, you know what hurt them the most, Mike, and this is just my opinion. NBA and Rod Wave are vulnerable. What is Uzi Vert, Mike? What does he talk
Uh,
about that's personal? That's serious.
That all his
That's
friends are
vulnerable.
dead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Money, Mike. I've never heard a Pain song. I've never heard a song. He doesn't. I mean, I'm not too connected, but I don't feel like he's grown vulnerable or, like you said, Mike, as an artist. I just hear the same records. I.e., Mike, what he's saying, and I do believe Ebro was right. He has underachieved.
I think they also play too much into the devil worship aspect of rock and roll as well.
Mm.
And that may be a hindrance because a lot of people ain't like that. It's moralistically wrong to people. So I don't think a lot of people fuck with shit like that.
I agree, Mike. Mike, on the last two videos of the night, shout out to my dog, Mike. So I can try to get, we cooking, Mike. I ain't know what time with Lord, Mike. We good. I ain't keep my dog up too late, Mike. A young lady said something powerful, Mike. Take a listen.
Our big grown ages, not knowing what the fuck is going on is a character flaw. I don't care if watching the news makes you depressed or I don't ingest that kind of stuff. That should make me sad. Bitch, you're 30. Get over it. And for the people being like, well, this don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not a government employee. I'm not on SNAP benefits, yada, yada, yada. Maybe airports are shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
Airlines are being demanded from the FAA to cancel 10% of their flights. Daily, I think someone did the math. That's almost 4,000 fucking flights a day across all airlines. So it is quite literally dangerous to travel. I'm missing my best friend's baby shower today because I can't fly, because my flight was canceled. Whether or not you think it affects you, it does in some capacity. You don't think it affects you, the fact that the quote unquote government is technically shut down, but them taxes ain't shutting down off your check? That's why I'll never be able to get jiggy with the anti-intellectualism that's going on in this country, and people being like, "Oh, you think you better than somebody because yes, yes." I will always think I'm better and smarter than a bitch who can't articulate to me current events.
Mike, Tyke on it, man. Go ahead, Mike. Give me a strong outro for my dog. Let me hear it, Mike.
Check this out. No matter what age you are, it is your personal responsibility to understand and know what is going on in the world, because it could affect us at any moment. And the fact that the government has been shut down for over 30 plus days is absolutely astounding and ridiculous, because some of the departments that are a part of the government that we need and we don't even understand that we need, like who is printing checks, who, if our military people are not getting paid, if war breaks out right now, how willingness and ready, they sign a contract stating that they are willing and able to fight at all times. We not paying people in the military. How willing are they ready to bust a cap in China's ass?
Come
They
on,
not.
Mike.
They not, bro. But it has to be a moral obligation to understand and to know what is going on in the world, because anything can happen. And if you don't feed yourself with the knowledge of the news, even though it could be fake news, even though it could be Twitter, Instagram, whatever have you, so many outlets to get the understanding of what's going on in the world. If you don't take pride in knowing things, you're idiot and you're ignorant, because when you're not able to articulate on the things that are going on in the world, it shows that you are not informed and that you will make a wild decision.
I think for me, Mike, people that don't like discussing politics or current events, but love discussing social commentary, it is a form of escapism. Just like people that love to travel, Mike. If traveling is your personality, your life is not in order. You have to discuss critical issues going on, no matter if it's uncomfortable, is comfortable, Mike, because guess what? We will turn out like those countries you want to travel to.
Right.
Avoidance does not solve anything. Not discussing things does not solve anything. Like you said, Mike, those problems, those politics, you got to be aware of it. You got to have discourses. Like Mike said, who getting the money from the checks? Who gonna shoot these bullets? Who's
Right.
checking in these hotel workers? It's
Bro,
like, go ahead.
people don't understand how much we really need the government, bro. And the shit is shut down, bro. Like it's millions of people not getting benefits. It's millions of people not eating. It's millions of people not traveling. And if you look at what's going on, and I'm the conspiracy guy, bro. Airport shutting down, people not being able to travel, people not being able to eat, very much form of control, very much form of imprisonment, very much form of enslavement, very much form of some shit about to hit the fan. Look at COVID. All of us were stuck in the house because they told us a disease existed and we would catch it, and we had to stay home. But my question to you is, while we were staying home, what the fuck was they doing?
Come on, Mike.
Right? You
Come
feel me?
on.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all don't think it's scary that airlines have to reduce 10% of travel? People aren't allowed to go places. People don't have the freedom to go out the country, in the country, domestically or internationally, the way that they would like to do, and had the freedom to do for years. You don't think that people who had a government job for mad years, my father and my family built generational wealth off of working for the government. So think about how many, and a lot of black families in America whose parents have worked for the government, that's how they have amassed generational wealth. You don't think that shutting down the government, shutting down different benefits, the people, you need to be informed. The Department of Education just said that nursing is not a professional degree anymore.
Crazy, Mike. They're not
Do
playing.
people understand how that may affect the future. So now that nursing is not considered a professional degree in bachelor's of education, do you know
Crazy.
how stupid the people are going to be that are, or how much over intelligent the people will have to be to take care of you?
Mike,
Now we're
the
going to have a
Department of
decline in the
Education is
people
going
that are
away,
taking
Mike. Don't
care of you.
forget. The Department of
And they
Education is
closing the
going away.
Department of Education and mixing it
Is
with the
these student
Department of
loans
Labor.
gone now, Mike, or not?
No, because we still gonna have to pay them loans. We still gonna have to pay. And what I want people to understand is this, right? We paying taxes, but if you look at the law, it says taxes are a voluntary state. You don't have to necessarily pay your taxes, but they will garnish your wages and put you in jail. But the verbiage of the Constitution states that we do not have to pay taxes. It's voluntary. So if
Facts,
something is
man.
voluntary, how are we mandatorily made to pay it?
Hey, Mike, different world. Am I lying, family?
No, bro, it's red flags all over the place, and I think we just so caught up in just regular life and like all the bullshit that we not understanding that the world as we know it is crumbling and the curtain is getting pulled back and the wool is coming off our eyes, bro. You need to open your eyes and see these things. It is, bro, red flags, bro. The government has never been shut down no longer than 18 days in the Obama administration. The government has been shut down over 30 days. I have family members who work for the government who haven't been to work in a month. How are these people eating, bro? Do you know how many people work for the government? How are these people eating? How are they sustaining their life? It's about to be pandemonium. They're turning off free benefits to people who can't afford it. There's going to be more crime. There's going to be people stealing. And it's pretty sooner or later, if you cannot eat, you're going to take it from your fellow man or fellow woman. Protect yourselves, arm yourselves, and stay vigilant and dangerous, bro. Because the revolution is not being televised. Actually, the revolution is being televised. That's the crazy part about it. They showing us in our face.
Facts, Mike. Chime it on for the night, Mike. Thank you for a beautiful live. Let me get my dog, Mike. Mike, you might have been the MVP tonight, dog. You carried tonight. You was cooking, dog. You was ready. My dog, Mike. Where can they find you at? What you got going on this week? You know, give your outro, baby.
My page is under construction. I have somebody very close to me about to revamp my page. I heard you, sister-in-law D. So my page is about to be revamped. I'm about to be with the people. You can find me on Where McCall at on Instagram and Mikey McCall on Facebook. Both pages are under construction, and I shall be posting more, and I shall be sharing my life more with you. Coming soon.
Thank you, Mike. Good to see you, family. Great live on Sunday. Until next week, Mike. Gone.
Peace.
My boy Mike chiming on in. Great lesson for live on Sunday. I gave him another round of applause. My boy killed it, man. Great lesson. As we begin to get our outro, I want to show you two more videos, two more subjects right quick before I get up out of here for this evening. Number one, man, I'm shout out to the young brothers out here changing the culture. I want to hear this young lady complain, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Pay attention.
Like, maybe I'm too woke, but I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit.
Ma'am, you have a blonde wig on.
What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing up as white men. Like, that's kind of the underlying idea. Suits, quarter zips, like associating yourself with this like stereotypically white style. Hello? Do y'all not see how that's one, offensive to you as a black person, upholds white supremacy, but is also reductive of your like humanness? I don't know. It's like everything all the time with them. Nothing latches.
Young man, continue to elevate and learn. Do not allow anyone to tell you that you updating your suit, your wardrobe, your progress, and things you wanted to do into life is bad. Everything she said was a projection. Yes, you can change your style because first off, Before you come into your manhood phase, it starts with your mind, your dress, and your thoughts. You're supposed to have a suit, a casual wear, a sporty wear, and a street outfit in your wardrobe. Do not listen to anyone who does not understand that and represents that well. Number 2, only black boys, young men trying to educate and change something could criticize. Do we criticize other couples or young men for what they do? Do we criticize other young men for wanting to change their wardrobe? Do we criticize other individuals who want to look different, who want to appear, who want to change them? We don't do that. We only criticize young black boys on how they dress, how they speak, how they wear, how they develop. Everything about a black male is criticized. Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said and Dr. Young said. Read this book, gentlemen. You are allowed to develop. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to develop, change your mind and perspective. The greatest book ever written about the greatest man in American history, the greatest black man, was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Malcolm X is a great book because it's about transformation. I recommend it to all young men because it's about transferring your mind, your body, your spirit, your energy, and everything else will follow. Until you transform what you want, brothers, outwardly and inwardly, nothing will change. Everything she said was a projection. Continue to look good, continue to change, continue to elevate, continue to do whatever you want to do to better yourself as a young man. As long as you ain't harming nobody, doing no harm to nobody, do it, bruh. Never take advice from women with a blonde wig on. No disrespect. I'm only telling facts. And finally, Mike Epps had a great talking point, y'all, that I want to share to my fellas on my last point of the night as my live on Sunday, because I believe it's a great message. Take a listen.
Man, there's no reward for coming home after 30 years. You don't get no fucking care package. You are a failure. Get your ass out here and help these kids. Pay that back forward. You see what I'm saying? That's the reward. I got niggas all the time come straight home. If I don't do what they want me to do for them, I'm a sellout. I'm a suck ass.
Right.
I done did the whole bit with them. I done been to Walmart 100 times, Jay paying and meeting guards, doing all kind of shit I ain't supposed to be doing, fucking with you. But
as soon as you say no one time,
they done forgot about the other 99 times you said yes. Those are the wrong journeys to celebrate.
Should we celebrate and have welcome home parties for prisons, people that have been incarcerated? Is something that's a part of the culture that we need to remove? Yes, it needs to be on the back burner of celebration. We need to celebrate servicemen, college graduates, married folk, fathers, brothers getting a welding degree, tradesmen schools. That needs to be on the forefront of what is being celebrated, not coming home from jail. Coming home from jail, being free is something to do if you have a plan, not just coming home, because you put yourself in that situation. What I believe Mike Epps is trying to say is that we have a problem with that. I get it why we do it. I understand the why, but it doesn't mean we need to start minimizing it. We need to have more congratulations, not welcome homes. Not proud of you, not welcome home. More keep doing well and open a business, not welcome home. What he is saying is right. The welcome home era will go down in our lifetime. What we have to understand is what was once popular will no longer be. The gangster era, while trying to figure it out, will not be as popular. The gangster person trying to go about their life will not be as popular. Because I tell all brothers this, you can't be a gangster and a father. You can't be a street ninja without no problems. You can't be a stepper without an apartment. You can't be a real ninja without anybody real around you. All of those cultural norms we put on to over-emasculate ourselves and not our accomplishments has nothing to do with manhood. Manhood, like I said earlier, is about what you accomplish. Not your name, not your street cred, not how many times you've been in and out, because nobody gives a damn about your story. As a black man, let me tell you, that loves you, bruh. Nobody cares about your story, where you come from, your hardship. They only care about your accomplishments. Never get it confused. What you accomplish will be respected, not who you conquer, not who you beat up, not who you did this and who did that for. Because outside of your neighborhood, when you get a chance to move, as me, I moved all around this country, 7 states, 8 states, lived. Once you leave that neck of the woods, nobody in that other state give a damn about where you from. Nobody in Houston cares about Terrell Crowder from Roanoke, Virginia. They only care about Terrell right now, where I'm at, and the production I'm doing, where I'm currently at. So once you have that mindset, as a man, develop, elevating, doing better, you will begin to see the rest of your life elevate and move in that same direction. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of Live on Sunday. Long live Trayvon Crowder. My baby brother passed away this past week. I have his shirt on for remembrance, and we'll have a gathering. Next year, we turn down a little bit right now, my vocals. I will have a long-lived Trey Day in Roanoke, Virginia, along with a cousin reunion. Multiple things, multiple avenues I will put on my calendar and make sure they are completed. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to come back to you next week with even more heat, even more work, even more finishes and more outcomes. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for chiming into my words. Thank you for loving me and building around me. I want to thank all my subscribers, my loyalty fans, my supporters. Support the channel, support each other, and most importantly, thank you for another edition of Live on Sunday. Until next week, y'all in with me. I'm out. Peace.